I want to go into the stock market situation and GameStop, which, guys, I think this is hilarious. Like, it's kind of scary too. Like, it's kind of weird. Okay, so if you aren't aware what is going on with the stock market, I will try to explain it in the best, most simple way that I know how. So there are companies out there called hedge funds, and what they do is they will short stocks. And so basically what that means when somebody shorts a stock is, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, they will borrow a stock and then sell it, and then they try to like publicly kind of shame that company, kind of hit that company, hoping the stock will go down. So when they have to return the stock, they can return it at a lower price and keep the difference because it's borrowed, so it has to be returned. But if that stock goes higher, like for example GameStop, I believe they said it was shorted by 140%. They borrowed that stock, but now the stock price has risen, so they still have to return that stock, but now that it's a higher price, they have to pay the difference instead of keeping the difference. And that's why a bunch of these billionaires are, losing money. And so it's not even just normal investors, it's the people that short stocks specifically. So basically what happened was there was some guys on Reddit, I think it was called Wall Street Bets was the group, and they figured out that GameStop, I'm going to say that one once probably, GameStop was shorted over 100%. And I guess that kind of made them angry, like, how can this be shorted over 100%? And so they're like, let's start investing in this and raise the price up. And we're gonna raise up GameStop together. And so they started doing it. And then it became like an internet thing. And then, of course, you know how the internet is, more and more people pile on and get involved. And so then, of course, GameStop's stock went through the roof. And all these hedge funds and people that had shorted GameStop, they're all crying now, like, oh, we're losing millions of dollars, and you need to stop this. Well, what's interesting about it is they have a whole list of stocks and companies that are shorted now that they're going to do this to. So it's not a one-off deal. It's not going to be just GameStop. It's going to be AMC. I think they were saying that Nokia is one of them, and Nikola. I've even heard American Airlines. Like, this isn't financial advice. Don't buy these stocks just because I'm saying this. Full disclosure, no financial advice here. But anyway, so they're targeting these stocks that they know have been shorted. And it just keeps happening, and you have these different people that have shorted the stocks losing more and more and more money. Well, now those people are getting very angry, and they are wanting more regulations on the stock market, where it's going to make it more difficult for normal people to trade, basically, to day trade. So normal people are in on the stock market are usually called retail investors. And so they're wanting to limit retail investors from buying certain stocks, and generally from being able to participate in the stock market to the degree that they can right now. And it's kind of funny to me because it's like, okay, you guys literally have been shorting stocks and talking bad about different companies to try to get their price to lower, and you've actually put companies out of business and made people lose their jobs, and now you're throwing a tantrum because you've lost money, and poor you, just because other people kind of learned how to play the game. The only difference is that they're not wearing a tie while they're doing it like you are. It's just kind of funny to me. Like, it's kind of like, okay, rules for thee, but not for me. We demand regulation. Politics and business always go together. And so they're kind of putting pressure on politicians. Hey, pass more regulations, pass more regulations. So it'll be very interesting to follow this and kind of see where it goes. But isn't it amazing how technology has gotten to the point where you and me can join the stock market on our phone and be trading stocks on our phone whenever the market's open. It's a whole new dynamic compared to decades past. And I think it's kind of funny and good that people are using the internet to empower themselves and to take a share of the market and that money. You're seeing a little bit of a tilt where, these rich guys are losing money and some normal folks are, building their stock portfolio basically. But it's an interesting situation. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes and what kind of economic impact it's going to end up having on the system, basically. Some people are saying that it's going to crash everything. It's going to crash the stock market. Maybe. I don't know if it will or not. But the point is, these people didn't do anything illegal. They just played the game, just like everybody else plays the game. And so it's kind of hypocritical, for these hedge funds groups to be, as angry as they are and demanding that these people be punished, especially when they themselves have made people lose their jobs. It's kind of hard to feel, I guess, empathetic for them at that point. So, like I say, we'll keep tabs on the situation and see where it goes and see what happens. But who would have guessed GameStop? You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you're the CEO of GameStop and somebody told you last year that you were going to be the biggest headline of 2021 so far at the end of January, and that your stock was going to rise by, it's over like 1,000%. I don't think they would have believed you. You know what I mean? So, very wild ride we're going to be on. And Dogecoin, who's investing in Dogecoin? Everybody, right? So I'm actually, I cannot buy Dogecoin on the platforms that I currently use, but I'm working on getting some Dogecoin right now. And it's funny because it kind of shows the power of memes, right? Like, you had Doge, the meme, the dog, and Dogecoin was named after that meme. It's a joke, but it seems like it does have some utility. And all it needs is buyers and confidence. So, it's a crypto. It's not a crypto that I would have considered investing in before, but if people are going to pump money into it and money's to be made, I think I'm going to try to get me some. And it's funny to me because right as Bitcoin or Dogecoin is rising, Bitcoin is falling. And I'm not really a fan of Bitcoin, so I'm game with that. But that'll be another one that'll be very interesting. It's kind of like there's this new era with financials. It's like a new way of playing a game almost, in that a lot of this is based on memes and people sharing memes, people sharing jokes, and it's kind of a middle finger to the institutions and everything as a whole right now. Obviously, a lot of people are angry at a lot of things in the world, and so of course the elites get blamed, the rich gets blamed, the government and Wall Street get blamed. And so it's kind of a rebellion, like a peaceful rebellion with money against these institutions. And it's just very interesting to see. And it's very interesting to watch some of these billionaires like getting so red in the face on the financial channels and so angry about it. And like I say, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I think this is probably going to result in more regulation on the little guy, which sucks because it's not fair. But that's kind of where I see it going at this current trajectory. So anyway, hopefully we'll see more interesting, fun movement we can talk about next week in the stock market and everything, and just kind of keep our eyes on it. And if you want to discuss in the comments, let's talk about what's going on. Like, I always like talking with you guys, that. I'm a YouTuber that I'm not a really big YouTuber, so I don't get a ton of comments on my videos. And that helps me be able to, reply to you guys more and discuss, have conversations. So I appreciate when we do that. I like engaging with you guys. That's why I started this channel, was to talk tech and talk about just stuff going on in the world. Because I like to get different perspectives, you know what I mean? And right now it seems like the real news is coming from other countries like, the UK and India and places like that are actually reporting on stuff, and it's not just all, US politics. Like, everything is US politics in the US, and that's basically all the news that comes out of the US from what I understand. So I like getting that different world perspective. So drop a comment down below, guys. Are you going to invest in Dogecoin? Are you going to invest in GameStop? Have you already? What do you guys think about this whole situation? And how do you guys feel about Google suppressing information on different topics? Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think it's people should be able to make their own choice and do their own research? Just like I say, give me your perspective on that. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.